spam, which is, we'll try to do it in English because we don't want you to lose part of it. Probably something will be in Italian. But anyway, it regards Italy. And it's a question, how do the Italians pay? We talked about the Italians as passionate for technology, as we have seen this morning that the mobile services were a big success in Italy in the 90s, and then probably a bit less, and we are trying to get back to the glorious 90s, if possible. One thing that is not so, enthusiastic in Italy are payments via mobile. Basically, this is some of the payments that we do by mobile, sottoscrizioni per apps e contenuti, so buying apps, product and services via online, 34%, in the shops, 24% pays with the mobile. But normally we have like 10% less mobile payments in Italy confronted to the average global payments. So we are here with the product manager of mobile payments of Banca Intesa, which is the main Italian banks, the biggest one. Giuseppe Era. So the first question is, why so, Giuseppe? Perché gli italiani non sono poi così entusiasti del pagare? Why they're not so enthusiastic in paying via mobile?
First of all, I want to excuse for my English. I will try to explain my opinion in English, but before, excuse me, because of course I am more confident in Italian than in English.
Okay.
Yes, you are right, but in my opinion, there are two good news. The first good news for myself, because I see the digital payment world since 2030, and so I have the honor to see the world changed. Okay, let me give my personal experience. In 2014, I made the first project for NFC payment, and I went to shop in Milan, and of course I buy something, and I go to pay, and what do you want? I want to pay with smartphone. What? Smartphone? Yeah, I want to pay smartphone. Just a second, I need to call the police. So, it's true. The police. It's true.
Fantastic.
So
that was 2014.
Yeah.
That's really
of course, if I see this war after 10 years, and of course to see normal customer to buy a supermarket, to buy and the bar with a smartphone, for me is very good news. And the second good news for me is there is a lot of work to do again, because as you said before, the leverage of Italian customer is unfortunately is less than European, the world, of course. So we need to work again for but I think especially in the last year the world has changed. First of all, of course, as I said this morning, one topic it was the COVID, because the COVID changed the everyday payment for our customers, not only for our customers. I think
they doubled, isn't it?
Yeah,
more or less.
yeah. Not only the change for the customer, but especially for the merchant side, because once the restriction requirement for the mobile payment is the merchant, of course. So the COVID changed this mind. Second one, the world is changed thanks, of course, the big player, I think Google Pay, Samsung Pay, etc. Because in my opinion, this over the top make their work very in good mode. In my opinion, especially, I think Apple Pay in terms of communication for marketing is better than the Intesa San Paolo or our customer or our similar bank. And last topic, this topic is Intesa San Paolo topic. We are thinking since 10 years ago for our customer, for all digital, not only for payment, everyday banking.
So all the digital services that the bank
because
can offer.
It is impossible, in my opinion, to think about customer digital payment and traditional banking, let me say.
What are Intesa San Paolo strategies for innovative payment solutions in Italy at the moment?
Of course, in Italian, I said one wallet for a year is the commodity, because at the moment we have all partnership for all wallet provider, Google, Samsung. We have partnership with Huawei in domestic scheme. So we wanted to put every possible solution in terms of digital payments for our customer, and leave to our customer choose whatever you want. So, and the second is to create when Intesa San Paolo call unique user experience. You think about especially for mobile app. Thanks to Forrester research, we have in this moment the first mobile bank app in Europe. Okay, and the unique user experience for our customer is for the payment, but for all journey for payment. For example, e-commerce purchase or credit transfer purchase. The user experience is the same because again, our customer must think about one unique user experience in terms of the...
That's the strategy. And but in general, so anyway, there is a kind of a cultural problem in Italy, a big digital divide as well. And so the war on cash, I'm talking about digital payment in general, not just mobile here, but just digital payments in general, meets resistance on several fronts.
Let me say, I listened the war on cash since 10, 15 years ago.
Right.
Every day,
it's still on.
I listen war on cash, war on cash.
It's still on. I mean, the government raised, the limit of the cash payments.
In my opinion, the limit of the payment in cash is not a big problem.
It's not.
Maybe this. For the COVID, maybe the transformation is changed. The limit, the very problem for the limit is to velocity, okay, to change this mind, because of course I think when the limit is low, the velocity of the change in mind for our customer, for our citizen, okay, is very, very high. But in my opinion, I prefer the government to work for the payment, electronic payment in public administration, for example, that to work to high limit of payment in cash.
Right, so it's not a big problem. About the government again. So we're talking a lot of the PNRR. There are lots of money going to 5G. All that, in your business plans, how much count? Do you count on a growth of the market? Would you expect?
I think the PNR and the 5G are the requirement for the velocity of the payment. So, for example, I think you know perfectly that there is more different in Italy, North Italy. So in terms of not only for the payment, but in terms of infrastructure. My family went to Sardinia, and for me it is impossible to think about that to make 20 kilometers by the train for 2 hours. So I think it is important to work to make a country very modern, let me say. Then the payment it will be the very big important requirement. But in my opinion, it is impossible to think about a country with worst infrastructure and the same citizen to pay in the modern mode with the wallet payment, with the digital customer experience, and etc.
Thank you, Giuseppe. Some questions by you here?
Again, sorry for my English.
I think your English was very much okay.
The question is Italian.
We can do it both ways. La domanda è in italiano, parlando del successo, then I'll translate. Il successo dell'app di Intesa San Paolo, votata numero 1 da Forrester, come avevi detto, perché? So why was Intesa San Paolo's app on cash and banking voted number 1? What's the secret of your success? Voted number 1 by Forrester Research, in case.
Provo a rispondere in italiano, ve lo concedi. Per 2 motivi. Il primo motivo è perché dentro ci sono i servizi che sono stati pensati per pensare al cliente digitale. Faccio un esempio. Ovviamente, lasciami dire, le normali gestioni di un conto corrente, ma anche tutta una serie di acquisti in maniera self. Anche qui, da qualche anno, noi diamo la possibilità al cliente di comprare una carta e usarla immediatamente digitalmente in attesa che riceva la plastica. Cioè, forniamo dei servizi all'interno dell'app che riteniamo a valore aggiunto, ma ancora, lo ripeto forse in italiano che è più chiaro, vogliamo che attraverso questi servizi il cliente diventi digitale non solo dal punto di vista del pagamento. Il pagamento, io mi occupo di pagamento, ma il pagamento è l'ultimo miglio da quel punto di vista. Prima si pagava con la carta, poi si paga con lo smartphone, domani probabilmente pagheremo anche in altro modo che oggi nessuno sa, no? Da questo punto di vista. Però non posso portare il cliente a pagare in quel modo lì se non l'ho accompagnato dal punto di vista digitale. Tieni conto, per darti un dato, che oggi giornalmente il 70% circa della nostra clientela usa l'app, che è un dato che non ci saremmo mai aspettati, è un dato ormai scontato che tutte le major bancarie, non dico che il sito internet ormai è diventato vecchio, ma poco ci manca, Però, e poi ovviamente una continua ricerca della migliore user experience. A volte ci riusciamo, a volte non ci riusciamo, ma tutti gli anni scommettiamo anche su servizi e su user experience che alla fine, lavorando, ci hanno portato a questa cosa qui, ecco. No, la domanda è in inglese lì, non va bene. La domanda è in inglese.
You're speaking quite well English, Giuseppe, don't worry. I don't think there's a lot of people who know Giuseppe used to be a movie star. I would like to have your perspective on the video you made with imsa.org about the Alpine Corridor, which is a collaboration between Bancomat Pay, Blue Code in Austria, Germany, and Twint in Switzerland. Can you comment a bit on that and how you see the trend going?
Thanks for the question. In my opinion, the very future, and EMSA, it is a very big example, is to think about in the European level payment. So to make, why not, on a scheme Europe. Today we have a domestic scheme for every country in Europe, and we have two international schemes with a master, but we haven't, for example, in Europe scheme. Why not EMSA? Why not other similar projects, Digital Euro or other? So, in my opinion, in the next year we will see more examples in terms of company by several countries in Europe, and I hope it can be created very Europe identity digital, because in my opinion this is very important requirement for the future. And in terms of EMSA experience, very important requirement it will be the 5G, because as my experience, especially in Bancomat Pay, sometimes in some stores it is very difficult to pay with QR code because the connection is not very good.
It's a problem.
I think the 5G, it will be the very booster in terms for other user experience. Why not the QR code? Welcome.
Okay, I think that's all we have time for, guys. Thank you so much, Giuseppe Era.
C'è una signora che voleva forse una...
One more? Okay, well, gotta be really
Era brutto.
I do definitely need the microphone today. Sorry, Giuseppe. About the transactions that we've seen at the beginning, we've seen which mobile transactions are made the most. Can you share something on which are the most typical transactions through the wallets, and which are, in your opinions, the ones that will see the highest growth in the next years, please?
At the moment, the very user experience, big user experience, of course, is FNC payment. And we know perfectly the Apple Pay is the big player. Honestly speaking, I don't know if you made the same question for me for 2 years, 3 years. I don't know if the response it will be the same, honestly speaking. At the moment, NFC payment, of course, is the best user experience for our customer. You think about, for us, the percent of customers that you have in Italian bank, if you see the same percent in terms of payment of NFC, the percent is high than normal customer, okay? Because again, the last time, the unique user experience, our customers are more digital, and then this is a fortunate for me.
So you want to digitalize your customers?
Yeah,
That's the strategy,
yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Thank you, Giuseppe. Thank you, Giuseppe Era.
Thank you.
Banca Intesa, San Paolo. All right.